In this video, I will tell you about the biggest problem the Russian army has encountered on its way in Ukraine. During its offensive, the Russian army has set itself the goal of encircling Ukrainian forces in the Donbass region. To do this, a large group of Russian military forces began to move from the north to the south. But they soon encountered a natural obstacle, the Seversky Donets River. And now, many weeks later, the Russian army still can't force its way past this river. Normally, a modern army should be able to overcome such water obstacles easily. But in this case, the Russians have not been able to cross the river for more than a month. All attempts to get troops across the river have failed. There are many pictures on the internet taken from drones in which we see dozens of pieces of broken Russian equipment. According to the latest reports, the Russians have already lost several hundred armored vehicles and over 1,000 soldiers have been killed. Why is this happening? And can the Russian army not cope with what seems to be such a simple task at first sight? For crossing rivers, the Russian military has special floating pontoon bridges. The river Seversky Donets is not very large. A pontoon bridge here is set up in 15 minutes. Once the bridge is established, military equipment along with soldiers must pass over it. Then the soldiers must create new fortified positions already on the new bank of the river. Then the troops continue to cross the river. But in the pictures seen taken by different drones, we see several destroyed pontoon bridges and a lot of broken military equipment around them. It turns out that the Ukrainian military allows the Russians to install the floating bridges, but when the equipment starts to move across them, the bridges are shelled with artillery. Thanks to small drones, the Ukrainian military monitors the river almost around the clock. These drones are almost impossible to shoot down because they are too small. Hanging at an altitude of over 1 kilometer, they remain invulnerable and give a good picture of what is going on. As soon as the Russians start to build the pontoon bridges, the Ukrainian military watches. Then the Ukrainians allow a certain number of Russians to pass to their bank. The pontoon bridge is then attacked by artillery, which destroys the bridge itself and the military equipment that was crossing on the bridge. After that, those Russians who managed to cross the river cannot return and are eliminated by the Ukrainian military. This has been repeating over and over again. The Russian command tried to suppress the Ukrainian firing points with aviation, but it was not effective because the Ukrainians shot down too many helicopters and planes with stingers. Now the Seversky Donets River has actually become a natural border between the Russians and Ukrainians. Having suffered huge losses, the Russians are now trying to move from north to south to close the ring around Severodonetsk, where there are many Ukrainian troops. If you want to get interesting videos about the Russian-Ukrainian war, then subscribe to our channel. There will be a lot of more interesting things to come.